So if you guys are brand new, put in the chat where you're from. I'm up here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Praise the Lord, it's not snowing yet. So I'll stick around a little while longer. Let me see. Let's see here if Rachel's on. Rachel, you're unmuted.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Tell me what just happened. Like literally, I was reading it. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Tell everybody what just went struck down.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. I get this message, Facebook message from one of the gals that's been patching for a while. And well, pretty soon I got something little to share with you. And I was thinking, okay. And then I was telling her about the Zoom tonight, and I said, oh, you might want to be on this call. And so we were talking about, okay, helped her download Zoom. And I thought, okay, can you call me? That's easier than texting. Long story short, we ended up on FaceTiming. Oh my God. Okay, this gal's online right now listening to all this. I won't say her name unless she wants to step forward and say, because she hasn't told anybody she's been using X39. She told me she has lost 50 pounds. Her A1C went from 10.1 to 6.1.
Wow.
I can't remember exactly the obviously her medicines, her metformin, she went down, and some other things she went down on it, and her doctor couldn't believe what in the world was going on. So I think she said originally she showed her doctor about the patch and asked about it, and I think her first response was, oh, I don't know much about it. Well, she decided to wear the patch anyway. Yeah. So I told her about a call that's coming up for doctors next week. And I said, okay, I'm going to help you become brave. We'll do this together. We got to get your doctor on this call to listen to these other doctors, because this is amazing. And I mean, I was just so ecstatic because she was experiencing the same thing I just experienced. And she's like, and I'll even show you when we get together. I've got all my lab results and all my test results. I'll show you where my A1C was before and where I'm at now. And then I told her, I was saying, well, do you have a full-length mirror? I said, you should really get in front. She was like, oh, yes, I've got a full-length mirror. I'll show you. I was going to have her just take a selfie so she could share and post it. Yeah. She got in front of that mirror, and I was like, and she was showing me her dress and turning and everything. And I mean, it was so humongous on her. And she was like, and my husband, he thinks it's pretty good too, you know, and I just, and she talked about going shopping. I don't have to shop in the plus sizes anymore. And I was like, oh my gosh, she was like repeating in my brain what I was just feeling and thinking. And it's so real. And I said,
so happening. It's so amazing, isn't it?
She has to, when you said it's so awesome to wake up and have your inbox full of all these miracles, I was thinking, yep. Hadn't happened yet, really. When it happens, it's the most amazing feeling in this whole world, because this is a blessing. It's a miracle we get to share.
It actually activates a part of our brain when we do something that actually helps somebody else. It actually activates a portion of our brain, like a reward center, where we feel so literally rewarded. Like, right. And here, all we did was just tell them about this patch or help them on their journey. Right. And when they come back to you, and I mean, that's not just life-changing results that you're talking about, though. That's life-saving results when you're dropping your A1C like that. I'll just say it, because I know a lot about A1C. And so I love that you were the stimulus for that, Rachel. You were the one who said, like, and believed in yourself and kept moving forward and kept patching and kept doing.
Well, this is what I prayed for. If I can help one person, okay, God, please just let me help, and let me know I helped one person.
Yep. There
you go. Well, I'm not stopping now, because there's way too many people that need this.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? What a great testimony. I mean, literally, it was like 5 minutes ago, and I'm like, Rachel, like, I can't even read through this entire testimony. It's so phenomenal. Can you just get on and tell, or would this woman be able to share? Because it literally was like 5 minutes ago, Rachel's texting me this and she goes, I have now a miracle inbox for Anita, where I'm seeing results of people that are wearing this patch, and it's life-changing. And so, Rachel, thanks for getting on at the last moment. I appreciate you, lady. From last night, her testimony, how many of you listened to that on the Millionaire Mindset call? She's just amazing. So now it's like she's duplicating herself, right, guys? This is what this whole business is about, is duplicating the results that she's had. So, Rachel, we love you. Thank you for hopping on. And when your friend feels like she's brave enough to show herself, she doesn't have to stand in the big dress, you know, to show us that. Just show her face and say, hey, this is what I did. We'd love to hear from her and hear from her directly. So let's move on, you guys. I should have said at the beginning of this patch does not treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any disease, right? We just know that the body is designed by God to heal. And so what this patch does is it actually allows our body to restore the energetic flow so that the body can begin to repair and regenerate itself. So that's kind of how the patch works. I'm going to talk for the first 15 minutes here about specifically about the X39 patch. Now, that's what Rachel started on. I'm sure that's what she got her friends started on. Usually everybody starts with the X39 because this patch is like the ultimate patch. This patch took the company from $30 million a year to $300 million a year. So this patch is a total game changer in how we are operating with our health. The patches come in a little sleeve like this. There's going to be 30 patches. So this is how they come in a little, they look like about the size of a Band-Aid. You just rip up the back of the patch. I'm showing you how you wear it right now. And honestly, it's systemic. So you can put it anywhere in the body. But David Schmidt has done over 90 clinical studies. And a lot of the studies, they put it right. You can reach back, feel that bone on your neck. You can put it right above that bone. And you can put it there, or you can put it under your belly button. But you can put it really anywhere. But during the clinical studies, David put the patch on the neck or under the belly button. So if you say, I don't know where to put it in one of those two spots. And so I'm going to get into it right now, just talking about the power of this patch. We've been at this for 17 months, my husband and I. You heard from Rachel. It's a miracle inbox that Scott and I started waking up to almost immediately when we began sharing. And I knew this thing was so powerful and was going to help so many people and change so many lives that we had to share it. Scott and I are very busy people. It's not like we were looking for something to do. We own multiple businesses up here in North Dakota. We have 3 sons. We homeschool our boys. The 2 younger ones we homeschool. My mom is 77. She now lives with us. We've got a very, very busy household going on over here. But what happened was the patch changed our life. It changed my mom's life, and then it changed my dad's life. And then it changed my life, and now it's going to change all your lives, because I am mouthy. When something works and something helps somebody to feel better naturally, I'm kind of a big mouth about it. I just believe that we can heal naturally, and I believe God wants us to repair and restore ourselves. So the first thing I want to show you, if you're saying, wow, these people are fired up, I don't even know what I'm doing on this meeting. I want to thank you for getting on the meeting, but where I want to take you to is I want to take you to a great little website. And let me mute all of you real quick. If there's brand new people that came in, if you want to mute your own phone as well, that way, if the dog is barking and you're eating and something like that, we won't hear it. But if you do have specific questions, you can right now put them in the chat. And at the end, we will take time for questions. I am going to be spending the last 20 to 25 minutes talking specifically about weight loss. So if you got on here tonight, wondering about weight loss, wondering when she's going to get to it, don't worry, I'm saving the best for last. And I love people like Rachel taking control of her health, lowering her A1Cs, reversing, high liver enzymes completely. So now they're low, right? And now she's teaching others how to do that. So I'm going to teach you how to do that tonight. So the first thing I want to share with you about the power of this patch is, it is awesome. So there is a great website that I want to share with all of you. You can get your pens out. You can write this down. Because I want you to take some time to do your own due diligence. I think it's important that people research for themselves. And so there's a great website. It's called This Is It Info. And it's going to come up on the screen right here. You can see it. It's a great resource for you to learn more about this X39 patch. This patch will change your not only health, it will change your life. And so it's been incredible. If you've not been exposed to phototherapy, that's exactly what this patch is. Phototherapy is another word or name for light therapy. So that's how the patch works. The patch doesn't have any chemicals. It doesn't have any pharmaceuticals. It doesn't have any herbs. It basically works with your own body light to activate different mechanisms of healing. So I'm going to play a really quick 30-second video to show you how the patch works, and then we'll move on. Here we go.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally. LifeWave. Live long, live well.
I love it, you guys. And so it taps into the body's own ability to heal itself. Do you hear that? And so there's no drugs, there's no chemicals, there's no pharmaceuticals. Basically, what's happening is that patch can be placed anywhere in the body in the case of the X39. And what is happening is your own body heat, your own body light is warming up that patch. And those little crystals that are in the patch actually reflect back into the body different frequencies to activate different mechanisms of healing. How cool is that, right? So let's go back again. I'm going to go back to that. This is it info. We're not going to watch too many more things on here because we have a lot to cover tonight. But when you go to this great website, thisisitinfo.com, you're going to be able to come here and there's all these great videos that you can watch. So again, it's thisisitinfo.com. If you have not watched this second video, it's how does this X39 actually work? What is it doing? What is it doing for our bodies? This is a great video with the founder, David Schmidt himself, explaining it to you. So again, I'm not going to take a lot of time watching videos because you guys can push these big old red arrows after we're done with this short meeting. So I encourage you to get on over here, do that. If you're interested in the patents and the studies, you can come on down here. You can start clicking on it. You know, when I started learning about the GHKCU peptide, the power of this peptide, this is exactly what the X39 activates, is something called GHKCU. Now, when you research that peptide, I'm just going to read you this clinical study that was put out by PubMed, okay? And this tells you what the GHKCU peptide does for the human body. So if you've never heard of it, it's okay. I hadn't either. But what I've seen, like I said, in the last 17 months is miracle after miracle after miracle after miracle. Like, how is it working, right? And so this is what this GHK does. It says it has multiple biological actions, all of which, according to our current knowledge, are health positive. It stimulates blood vessel and nerve outgrowth, increases collagen, elastin, and glucosamine glycan synthesis, as well as supports the function of the dermal fibroblasts. So it's really amazing for skin stuff. I mean, amazing. GHK also has the ability to improve tissue repair and has been demonstrated for skin, lung connective tissue, bony tissue, your liver, see, Rachel, your liver, and stomach lining. GHK has been found to possess powerful cell protective actions such as multiple anti-cancer activities and anti-inflammatory actions, lung protection, and restoration of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease fibroblasts, according to this study on PubMed here. Wow. Suppresses the molecules thought to accelerate the diseases of aging, anti-anxiety, anti-pain, anti-aggression. Boy, our world needs these patches, right? DNA repair and activation of cell cleansing. So that's a little bit of another code word for detoxification, which we're going to get to in a minute here because we're talking weight loss tonight. An activation of cell cleansing via the proteasome system. So if you're a poor detoxer, this is going to be a step in the right direction for you to help detoxify your body appropriately. It says recent genetic data may explain such diverse protective and healing actions of this one molecule, this GHK-Cu, revealing multiple biochemical pathways regulated by this GHK. Hello, this is incredible that this one peptide does all of this, you guys. So you can read a lot more if you're interested in what I just showed you. You say, wow, Renita, I've never read that before. All again, I'm over at This Is It Info. That's under PubMed government articles. Come on down, talks about how to wear it. Like I said, I just put mine on the base of my neck. You can wear them under your belly button, but honestly, you can wear them anywhere on your body. We'll get to more on that in a second. There's more about the patents. Long-term results are stellar. The longer you wear this, the better you get. The longer you wear this, the younger you look. The longer you wear this, the better you feel. I mean, it's incredible what it does the longer you wear this patch. And so if you want to learn more about the long-term results with David, look at this. There's a video right here that talk about like, hey, what's the benefit of wearing this thing for 12 months? Versus 12 days, right? You can listen to the long-term results. I listened to these videos. All I did when I first started, I thought, I'm just going to listen to a video a day. Like, I need to grow my brain. Like, I cannot believe, have I been living in a van down by the river? Like, how come I did not know about this patch, right? Maybe some of you feel like that too. I felt like that Chris Farley episode, living in a van down by the river. And anyway, and so when I put my toe in the water here, I felt like I had to really re-educate myself about a powerful tool that could change so many people's lives that I really knew nothing about. Like I didn't know about a patch. I didn't know about phototherapy like I do now. So I encourage you guys to come on down here. You can look at This Is It Info. And again, here's another great little video. Again, all of these are at your fingertips for you to listen to them and watch. We have so many medical doctors. I actually have over 320 health professionals on my team alone. We've got medical doctors, chiropractors, naturopaths, homeopaths, personal trainers, nutritionists. I mean, you name it. One of my favorite, smartest doctors of all time, he's who I took my mom to initially when she was diagnosed with Parkinson's. He just got a hold of me today and he said, Renita, send me your website. I'm ready to get going with this patch. I've seen so many great things. And so now his patients are coming in with the patch on, right? And so, guys, this thing is so phenomenal that the doctors, the wonderful, wonderful doctors that are really, tried and tested and loving their patients and want to do the right thing, they're getting on board. They're ethical, they're moral, they want their patients to feel better. So you can come here and you can listen to each of these little, this is actually a link. When I click on it, it talks about why a doctor would join LifeWave. And guess who's talking about that? A doctor. So you can click on these links and each one of these is going to be videos for you, okay? And then of course, here's a very in-depth look. David Schmidt talking about, how this patch, 20 years of research and development led up to this X39. I mean, it is incredible. Again, all of this is at thisisitinfo.com. I hope you take some time to go there later on to just fill yourself in, okay? Because I just want to, for me, I'm kind of like your tour guide. I don't want to feel like you have to know it all to begin. I want you just to know where to find the resources so that you can educate yourself. All right, moving on. We love the X39 patch. It's so powerful for your health. It's going to do so many good things. So I'm going to spend a few more minutes talking about that. Some of you are probably like, who is this lady? I don't even know who she is. I want to introduce myself a little bit more. My name is Renita Brandon. Again, I'm up here in Bismarck, North Dakota. And I love health and I love people. I've been a health coach for over 25 years. Thank God for this patch because I feel like I look way younger. I feel way younger. Scott is my husband. We do this business together. And I have 3 amazing sons, Bo, True, and Rocco. They all wear the patch. And our girl dog, Nike, who just had surgery, she was fixed because I decided to wait until she was over 2 to get fixed because that's way better for them to wait until they're older. And we did that. And guess what? We use no pain medication for the last 9 days. The doctor couldn't believe it. Scott took Nike back yesterday. Rocco, my youngest son, Rocco and Scott went back to the vet. And the veterinarian said, I cannot believe how incredible this incision looks. I mean, I've never seen an incision that looks like this. Well, guess what? And then Rocco goes, oh, that's because we have the patch on her. And Rocco showed the veterinarian the patch. So my 15-year-old son is showing people like how this patch is changing our dog's life even, right? So I've been in health a long time ago, for a long time, guys. I was an NBC health and fitness expert. I was on TV until I got booted with the pandemic. I started talking solutions. I started talking about vitamin D and vitamin A and not being stressed out sitting in front of your TV because that was going to reduce your white blood cell count. And when I started talking like that, the news station did not like that. And they said, you're moving in a different direction than us. So after 8.5 years of being the NBC affiliate for North Dakota up here, in fact, I was a co-host for the morning show many weeks in a year and did that for a long time. I had over 650 episodes. Can you imagine? And they came back and said, you know what, you're done because you are talking about things that we don't want to talk about. I was talking about solutions and the Lord has told me focus on solutions with health, right? So that's a little bit about myself. Those are my boys. They're amazing, all athletic. Just trying to keep up over here. Moms, you know what I'm talking about if you have sons. But this is the pretty lady. The reason I got started was my mom. And my friend up in Canada had actually was talking to her on the phone, and she was a nurse of 20 plus years. And she said, Renita, your mom needs this patch. And I said, what is the patch all about? And she said, well, my neighbor lady's been using it who has neurological conditions. And it's been downright miraculous. And she said, you just can't believe the miracles I've seen with my neighbor lady. And I said, well, Doris, you had me at the word miracle, right? Because I'm a believer. And so I said, let's, send me some of these patches. And so she sent me a couple patches. She wanted to gift them for mom. And so my mom on the 11th day, you guys, and again, we don't treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose. I don't even like to name disease names because I feel like disease names are from the pit of hell and they just keep people in a hostage situation. And people have a tendency to constantly coddle and reaffirm that disease name when they've been told something. And I just don't feel like that's the path to healing. I feel like the path to healing is start talking about health. Start talking about how your body is a healing machine, right? And anyway, and so my mom, it was the 11th day, and she actually was moving around the house at 8:30 in the morning without her walker, which I had not seen in years. And so that was the start of the miracles. The miracles only continued with my mom, from her teeth all completely healing up. She had that where she had loose teeth and gums receding and there's a name for it, but she actually had that for several years. And within 2 months of patching, the dentist called me and said, what on earth are you doing with your mom's mouth? Wow, her teeth look like a different person. Right. And so we just saw miracle after miracle. The penmanship came back. Her voice came back. She no longer got stuck in the car. I mean, it was just wild stuff. And then that same morning that my mom was walking, my dad was sitting at the kitchen table with these oozing, goozing legs. See these on the left? And honestly, this picture doesn't even do it justice. I think my husband lightened it. Those legs were so damn red and so oozing and so swollen. It was a misery to look at them. And my dad, it was a full-time job for him. He was literally wiping those legs. And so that morning when my mom was walking, I said to my father, hey, Dad, let's put a patch on you. I think it might help your legs. And he said, I thought the patch was for neurological conditions. I said, I don't know what the patch is for, but if it did that to Mom, I think there's a chance it could help you with those legs. And this was my dad's legs, you guys, 24 hours later. After the first X39 patch, my father's legs never, ever oozed again. Never. We had gone to 12 doctors in 6 months for the oozing, goozing legs, and nothing worked. One patch, this happened. And so I felt like indebted, like I have to go tell people about this. And then of course, my dad really got aggressive with his electrolytes, which I'll talk about in a second with all of you. And within 5 weeks was completely off of all of his blood pressure medication. And again, individual results may vary. But I'm telling you, when you get aggressive and you start focusing on health and healing and doing the right things, your body was designed by God to heal. Okay, so it's not the patches healing you. God designed your body to be a healing machine if we put it in the right circumstances. So the question is have you been patched yet? And if you haven't, you better get going, because every day that you're not patching, you're just aging. That's it. Unless you just want to get older, sicker, heavier, like, okay, then don't put the patch on. But if you feel like, hey, listen, I got to fight back a little bit here, definitely it's time to get moving with the patch. And so a little bit about how the patch was really invented. David is a great friend of ours now. Just an awesome human being. He's the one doing our doctor's meeting for us next week. And David has over 180 patents on basically age reversal. This guy is so good in just helping the body to restore healing and to literally turn back the sands of time. But he actually created his very first patch. Let me stop the share for a second. 20 years ago, it was this patch right here. It's called the Energy Enhancer. Now, I will tell you, for those of you that are going to stick around for the weight loss portion of this, I love the Energy Enhancer. If you're working out, it increases the caloric burn over 30% more during a workout. So if you're working out, and you're going to be working out if you want to get healthy, right? Because I always tell people only move on the days you don't want to die. So you want to be moving because movement is medicine. But when you put the patch on, not only does it balance your energy, it actually helps it uses fat oxidation, which means it uses your own body fat for fuel. There's two patches. It comes in a tan like that and a white. You can really put them anywhere on your body. White goes on the right, tan goes on the left. So let me just show you what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to take the white, and I'm just going to, for visual purposes, I'm just going to put it up here in the top of my trap, coming down a little bit where you feel a little tension right there. If you push on it and it's tight, that's a good place to put it. White on the right. And then I'm going to take the tan, take the back of that one off, and put it over here. Now, it's not going to, despite the name, you're not going to be up all night. People say, well, why would you put an energy enhancer on now? It actually helps to balance your energy. So it's not like you get a surge of energy. It's not like an energy drink or a cup of coffee. You get balanced energy, and it actually helps me in particular to sleep better. It helps my mom to sleep better. Certain people, when they put the patch on, it's like a balanced energy. So it's not like it's going to hype you up necessarily. Okay. But I will tell you, if you are exercising and you're looking to burn more fat, David created the patch 20 years ago for the Navy SEALs. And they used it during Hell Week in their training, so they would stay awake during Hell Week. And David didn't want to use caffeine or coffee or stimulants, so guess what he used? A phototherapy patch to keep these soldiers alert and awake. How did it work? It burned their own body fat. So it's phototherapy patch that activates fat oxidation. How cool is that? So that patch, like I said, is 20 years old. It's still in our back office. It's amazing. So from the Navy SEALs, it went over to the United States Olympic swim team, the female Olympic swim team, under the coaching of Richard Quick. They used it down at Stanford, and all of these Olympic swimmers that were using our patches broke their own records. Many of them qualified for the United States Olympic swim team that year. I mean, it was incredible, you guys. So that's where it started. But in 2008, David said, let's focus complete research on stem cells, because stem cells are going to be the way of the future. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Something's going on in medicine right now where a lot of the disease names and a lot of the terminology is being bought up by big pharma. Do you guys know that? They like to call things names so they can patent drugs to attach it to that name. Are you guys aware of that? In fact, and I'm not saying that we don't need pharmaceutical medications, because maybe sometimes you do, especially if there's an emergency or crisis situation. But I've been a health coach for 25 years, and this is from 2003. This is the PDR, the Physician's Desk Reference. So this is what every medical doctor used to have on their desk. When their patients came in, they would look up the drug and be able to tell their patients the drug side effects they would have. In this book, isn't this something? It's called the PDR. So I had it because I had all these clients that came to me because I was a clinical exercise specialist and nutrition coach, and they'd all be on drugs. And so I'd have to look up the drug to say, oh, okay, this drug is going to do this to your cardiovascular system. Oh, this is going to elevate your heart rate. Oh, this is going to make you sweat more, or whatever the drugs were doing, right? This is from 2003. It's 2023. Do you guys know that they don't even print it in a manual anymore? Because I read it the other day, somebody said it's something like 7,000 pages or something ridiculous. So no doctor could have a 7,000 page book that he would, can you imagine? You got an 8-minute appointment with your doctor and he's going to go through 7,000 pages to look at the side effects. Not going to happen, right? So the reason I'm showing you that is we are not this. If you ask me about a disease, by law, I really can't tell you anything about a disease. I can't tell you because I'm not a doctor. I don't talk disease names. I am a health expert and I can help you get healthy and we can restore your health. But I wanted to show you that because with all that being said, we used to very openly be able to use the word stem cells because David had done all of this research, incredible research, like it says, $4.5 million and 10 years of research to bring the X39 patch to market. The X39 patch, you guys, is the patch that stimulates that GHK-Cu peptide. So I just want to take a minute here, and after all of his research and everything he did, he actually was awarded a patent on the X39 patch. July 21st, 2020, they issued a patent on this patch. And again, I'm just going to read the patent. I'm not making any medical claims. I'm not telling you that it's going to cure your body of anything. I simply want to read the United States patent that they offered and gave to David Schmidt for the patch. By the way, a patent is good for 20 years. So we have 17 more years to help a whole lot of people activate their GHK-Cu and feel a whole lot younger and restore their bodies. But it says up here, this apparatus causes a beneficial effect by at least providing phototherapy, light therapy to a human body. And for example, in some embodiments, as a result of elevating the copper peptide, you learned about that, GHK-Cu, including activation of stem cells, the patent says, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvement in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. Holy cow, you had me at hello. So this is why we wear the X39 patch every day. I'm going to roll through these next couple slides. And again, if you're interested in purchasing the patch, make sure you talk to the person who invited you on here tonight. They will help you to purchase at the wholesale price. This is a great book. When I first started with LifeWave, there was a doctor about the third day that I was with LifeWave, and he held this book up. So of course, you know me, I love to read. Readers are leaders. I went and bought the book. And now I have the book sitting here in my hands. You guys should get the book too if you want to share with others. But this is what the back of the book says. This book was written by the father of the GHK-Cu peptide. This guy, his name was Lauren Picard. He discovered GHK-Cu in 1973. 50 years ago, this guy discovered this peptide, right? And he wrote this book about it. And look at the subtitle of the book. I think the subtitle says it all. Resetting Your Genes to Youth Today. Now, if you stick with me tonight, I'm going to show you some gene stuff and it's going to blow you out of the water. Like it's going to blow you out of the water. What I'm going to show you tonight about weight loss. Okay. But looking at all this, hey, when you start looking at this book, and I just read the back cover of the book and I'm like, holy cow, this GHK, according to this Picard guy, this Dr. Picard, tightens loose skin, repairs skin barrier, improves skin firmness, reduces photo damage. It helped me to get rid of my big old liver spot I used to have on my right cheek. Protects skins from UV radiation. People tell me all the time, Renita, I don't get a sunburn when I wear this patch. I'm like, you and about 1,000 other people have told me that. Increases hair growth, thickness, enlarges hair follicles, protects your body from disease, according to Picard. Again, LifeWave's not making this claim. This is according to Lauren Picard talking about the GHK-Cu peptide. We know clinically that the X39, when you wear this X39 patch, within 24 hours, you're going to have a 40% increase in GHK, measurable by a blood draw. They've studied this stuff. So this patch, through phototherapy, is increasing GHK-Cu. What does it do? What does he talk about that it does? You can go down here, read it. It's helping with any kind of hurts. Do any of you have any owies on your body? Hello. Increases nerve outgrowth and strongly affects 700 nervous system genes. Activates the genes of the ubiquitin proteasome system for cell cleansing. That's called detoxification, which we're going to talk about in a second. Your doctors are ill-equipped to talk you through a detox. They will tell you to stop because as a nation, let me just say this, as a nation, we have been not trained to detox our bodies. And if you do not detox your body, the toxins are getting stuck and they are creating disease, especially cancers. Okay. Because in our country, they have taught people to suppress symptoms. Take an ibuprofen, take an acetaminophen, take a Sudafed. Oh, you got something, take this, take that. Everything's about suppression, suppression, suppression. They even tell you to take stuff when you have a fever. I'm like, let it ride. Back when I was in school for my doctorate in holistic nutrition, I learned that a fever to 103 degrees is great. It's destroying cancer cells in your body. Let it, right? But instead, as soon as people get a fever, they're taught to take a medication, right? I'm here to tell you, you need to retrain your brain. You're here for Real Talk tonight with Renita. That's what we should call this, Real Talk with Renita. Because when people say to me, I'm starting to get a little bit of a detox side effect when I put the X39 ion, you know what I say? Hallelujah. Better out than in. Say it with me. Better out than in. We want those freaking toxins out of your body, not sitting around creating disease in your body. But again, we're not taught by the current medical cartel that we are supposed to be detoxifying as human beings. Like instead, they've taught us suppression, oppression, more suppression. And as a result, people's bodies are not clean. They're not healthy. They're full of sickness, right, guys? So this is what the patch can do for some of you. You know if you're a poor detoxer. Should I tell you how you know? You get sick and you get sick for so long. Like you can't get better fast. Like, are you the person that gets sick and then you drag that cough on for months or weeks, right? If that's you, that's a person who doesn't have a very effective detox mechanism. Okay, we'll get to more on that in a second. I kind of got off track for a second. Bear with me. I'm pretty passionate about all the topic tonight because I love health and I love people taking ownership for their health and stepping out of the traditional way that we've been taught, because it's so powerful once you realize that you have a power inside of you that can heal your body. It can heal your body of disease. God left it in us and we've just got to align with it. So I don't want to talk anymore about GHK. You guys get it. When I'm showing you this, like hopefully you took a screenshot of that by now. There's another great book. It's written actually by my friend, Dr. John Harmon. This guy's a hoot, by the way. John Harmon wrote this incredible book, just was launched like about 6 weeks ago, How to Reverse Aging. Again, don't put the patch on if you want to look old, okay? You say, I just love looking old and feeling like hell. The patch isn't for you, okay? But if you say, hey, like, I love the idea of reversing aging. I love the idea of feeling better as I age. I love the idea of waking up with less aches and pains, right? I love the idea of my skin looking younger. I love the idea of pooping better. Like, those are all good ideas, right? And so if that's for you, then talk to the person who invited you on here. But Dr. John is so great because he actually says in his book, you know, you can go get this injected, this GHKCU peptide. It's very expensive to get peptide injections. They're doing them at high-end clinics around the country. They're called peptide injections. And no, insurance doesn't cover this. So people are paying out of pocket thousands of dollars for these injections of GHKCU. The problem with the injection, it's one and done. So it hits you with the GHK and then it's gone until you come back and get another needle in the arm, right? Well, John Harmon in his book talks about, but there is another way to get GHKCU, and it's through a phototherapy patch. And here we go. It's exactly what we're talking about. So praise the Lord. How this X39 works is it's a proprietary form of phototherapy, light therapy. It's got the patented nanocrystal technology inside. For all the Christians in the house, don't be fearful of the word nanocrystal. Nanocrystals are things like salt, sugar, right? Like when you look at things, have you ever taken a crystal of salt and put it on your tongue? I do it all the time. That's called a crystal of salt, right? And so that is actually, the nanocrystals, a combination of water, salt, sugar, oxygen, amino acids, just natural occurring ingredients in that patch. And what they do is they reflect your own body light back into the body and activate different mechanisms of healing like the video showed you. They're non-invasive. There's no drugs or chemicals or stimulants. They're non-transdermal. So nothing is leaching from the patch into your body. It's your own body activating it. Here's the best part. I don't know if any of you guys have rotten bellies. Like, do any of you have poor gut health? Raise your hand if you got poor gut health. Okay. Maybe some of you have poor kidney functioning. right? Maybe some of you have fatty liver disease, or you have, high liver enzymes. Okay, that was Rachel Redmond last night, which, by the way, we completely reversed that. But anyway, again, and she did that with a combination of things, which I'm going to talk about in a second, the patch being a major player in that. But what happens with all of that is with all medications and supplements that you're taking, and I love supplements, but even medications and supplements, they have to filter through your stomach, your liver, and your kidneys, right? How many of you know that supplements, food, right? Medications, all of that has to filter through your stomach, your liver, and your kidneys. So if you have poor stomach, liver, or kidney functioning, let's say that you've got leaky gut, or you've got irritable bowel, or you've got Crohn's or colitis, or whatever you've got. Everybody's got something nowadays. But the truth is, the beautiful thing about the patch is the patch does not have to filter through those organ systems. When you put this patch on, it doesn't have to filter through your stomach, liver, and kidneys like if you ate something or took a drug, right? This is all working through phototherapy. So every one of the patches that David has created in the last 20 years, all of them work through phototherapy. And this, my friends, is why I think it works so quickly for the elderly people, because elderly don't have good gut health. Elderly generally have reduced kidney functioning. Elderly usually have a bit of little liver difficulty and gallbladder problems. Well, guess what? With all of that being said, the patch works miraculously for the elderly because it doesn't have to go through those systems. It's non-invasive. It's wonderful for our kids. We don't have to give them an acetaminophen. Acetaminophen just reduces glutathione in the body. The glutathione is the thing that protects us against cancer. Why would we want to take acetaminophen or give it to a pregnant woman or give it to our children, for God's sake? Like, they haven't educated us about this stuff, but I'm educating you tonight. So the blessings and the benefits of X39 are profound. And each of you, you're going to have your own miracle, and you can get back with me and tell me what your miracle is. For some of you, it's going to be like, Renita, my hemorrhoids are better. For others, you're going to be sleeping better. For others, you're going to say, wow, my skin is glowing. Everybody's a little bit different, but it takes time for the body to restore and regenerate. Let it happen. Give it time. The only advice, the real big advice I can give you with it, is make sure that you're drinking plenty of electrolytes. You guys know I'm drinking them right now. If you got them, drink them. So I pick water, and I actually put a little Celtic sea salt in here. I drink electrolytes. Electrolytes are electrically charged minerals. The reason the world is half dead is because they told everybody to stop eating salt. Now, listen, I'm not a believer in table salt. I think it's terrible for us. But in Celtic salt, in Redmond's real salt, those are two salts I would tell you to take. Those are electrically charged minerals. Do you know that when you have more electrically charged minerals, that your water will actually absorb into the cells and not just run out of your bottom? How many of you drink water and just sit on the toilet all day? If that's you, you need electrically charged minerals, because the minerals are what help the body to absorb that water. So if you're just drinking more water and peeing like a racehorse, you are defeating the purpose. We need water, but we also need electrically charged minerals called electrolytes. And I have lots of videos in the group about that. So you wear your patch for 12 hours on. So I'm going to wear it now because I just put it on, and I'll actually take it off tomorrow morning. Now, most people, when they start, they'd like to wear their patch during the day and then take it off at night. Completely up to you. I just feel like if you're drinking plenty of water, you could wear it during the night. For some people, the patch gives them energy. So if that's you and you don't want to be up all night cleaning your house or running around the bedroom with your husband, then take your patch off. Okay. But if you say, okay, it doesn't really bother me. Like for me, when I put the patch on, I actually sleep better. That's my body. But 12 hours on and 12 hours off, and then you put a fresh patch on. And so it's literally that simple. It's the best technology I've ever seen. Like I said, I mean, over 320 doctors. If you've not been to This Is It info, go there, do yourself a favor, watch more videos on it tonight. They are all great. There is a business side to this, okay? And I'm not going to get into it tonight, but the business side is phenomenal. You can make $200 a week, $500 a week, $2,000 a week, $25,000 a week. You can make, the sky is the limit. We've got people on our team making hundreds. We've got people making thousands. We've got people making 15,000 a week. Everybody is a little bit different. And again, I'm not making income claims, because if you don't work the business doesn't work. It's like anything. You know, you've got to get to work if you're going to do this thing. And so we started sharing this with a couple social media posts, and it blew up. And I showed my dad's legs, and we were so excited about those legs. And everybody was so excited about it. I mean, it was a game changer for my father. And so because of that, our business just was like a rocket ship. And now my husband and I literally wake up to a miracle inbox every day. So if you want a miracle inbox like Rachel Redmond, who talked at the beginning of this, or myself, then you can talk to the person who invited you on here, and they will help you get started at these patches at the cheapest possible price. There are other patches to choose from. There is X39, I will tell you that, but there are also additional patches. So if you say, Renita, are there some other patches that I should be taking a look at? Actually, yeah, there is. And so let me just show you this downloadable form. And again, we're in the middle of changing the verbiage with compliance right now, because remember that FDA came in and they don't like us using the word certain words right now. So they're in the process of changing all the marketing material. So bear with us on that. But you can see here, X39 shows you where to put it, shows you the Eon patch. The Eon patch reduces stress and inflammation. LifeWave is great for acute pain. X49 is for heart health, blood flow, muscle recovery, and bone density. We love the Elevita. If you sleep with the Elevita patch on your right heel, you will have so many dreams, you won't know what hit you. If you're a person who doesn't dream very much, put the Elevita patch on the right heel. It literally helps with so much more than skin. We're very limited what we can actually print and say about these patches, because we have to be careful, because we're not a drug, right? And only if you're in this big old drug manual with 8 million side effects, that's now 7,000 pages long, can you tell anybody that you treat, cure, prevent disease, which is really crazy when you think about it. But anyway, the glutathione patch is awesome as well. The X39 patch, if you're wearing X39 tonight, the X39 patch does increase your glutathione 30% naturally. So if you're looking for a little surge in your glutathione, which is the master antioxidant of your body, it's the primary antioxidant responsible for detoxification. So back to detoxification again. If you're a poor detoxifier, I wouldn't start with the glutathione. I would start with the X39. Why? Because X39 increases your glutathione 30%. The glutathione patch actually increases your glutathione stores up to 300% in 24 hours. So if some of you need some major detoxing, you might eventually want to put on the glutathione, but I wouldn't do it day one, because for some of you, it'll be too overwhelming to dump that many toxins at once. Okay. Carnosine, I love that. That helps the brain, the heart, the kidneys, everything to feel stronger. Literally, my mom's posture gets better when she puts it on. Talked about the energy enhancer. Silent Night is great for sleeping and increasing your own melatonin production. SP6 Complete, it stands for spleen 6. It's an incredible patch. When they did the clinical studies on it, it increased organ functioning of the organ systems over 90, some of the organ systems over 95%. Better physiological functioning improved in 7 days of wearing the SP6. And then we've got a lot of great things that we're doing with animals. I told you about Nike, but there's a lot more. All right, I'm going to switch gears and we are going to talk for the next, let me see what time it is here. Whoa, I'm way over. For the next 15 minutes, well, give me 20. For the next 20 minutes, I'm going to be talking to you all about weight loss. So if you have had your fill about this patch and you're ready to rock, go talk to the person who invited you. You can hop off, like it's your free pass to get off now. If you're here for weight loss, prepare to be floored. Okay, are you guys ready? All right, here's your chance. Get off if you want to go. Is no one getting off? Okay, you guys are all here to lose weight or what? Okay, so here's the thing about weight loss. I love it. I definitely would consider myself an expert in helping people to lose weight. I've helped the state of North Dakota to lose 100,000 pounds of fat. I literally used to go to all the Native American reservations and help to educate everybody from the elders to the children. I'd have gyms packed full of all, I mean, grandpas, grandmas, and the great grandchildren and everybody in between. And we'd help the Native American community to take back their power by literally getting out their diabetes drugs. And so I love people getting off their drugs. Like, say no to drugs. Like, I love people getting off their drugs. That's a life mission for me. Just because I know for every single drug you're on, there's 1 to 3 side effects. Okay. And so for me, it's always been that mission field. So, you know, a little bit about my passion and my expertise. I'm going to tell you, and I'm not here to sell you anything, because, you know, I'm here to share. If you want to buy, you can buy. If you don't want to buy, that's fine too. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is people being sick and overweight and hurting and feeling like they can do nothing about it because their doctors may or may not know what to do about it, right? So about 15 years ago, I actually learned the concept of blood sugar stabilization, and I actually created a plate. Now, some of you know about this plate. Rachel Redmond knows about the plate. Some of you, I'm showing you the plate. Michelle, congrats. Michelle said my husband got off his blood pressure meds today. Congrats. Yes. God, I love that. But this plate is something that I created, and it actually is protein, fat, carbs. So it's PFC every 3 like a baby. So you do protein, you do fat, and you do carbs every single meal. You'll never just eat a carb alone. You never just want to grab a banana by itself. You want to do all of these food groups together. I have the portion sizes on there. In fact, let me take you there just real quickly. I want to spend 2 minutes at PFC plate. So if you've not been to PFC plate, it's a cool tool. And again, I can't even tell you everything about the plate. It would take all night. But to put it in perspective, we did a clinical study with the plate. And what happened was when a doctor puts you on the drug metformin, some of you, if you're diabetic or you know of a diabetic, you know the drug metformin. If they put you on metformin and you come back 3 months later to get your A1C tested again, and the metformin has brought down your A1C 0.5 to 1.5%, it's considered a victory. Okay, I'm just going to say it plainly. 0.5 to 1.5% in my world is like a turd. It's like a turd bird. it's like nothing. It's like, you got to get serious, right? Like that is like nothing. So we did with the clinical, good night, Natty. With the plate, we knew that it was going to help people because we had seen it help thousands and thousands of people. So we did a clinical study, and guess what happened? It was actually featured in Women's Day magazine last year. For those of you at this exact same time last year, this month, November, we were featured in Women's Day magazine, or First for Women. It's at every grocery store in the country. Why? Because the plate works. So what happened was, is we did a clinical study, and in 2 months, 8 weeks, not 12 weeks like the metformin, they have you come back every 3 months to retest those A1Cs, right? We had 8 weeks to complete the study. We had 50 participants in the study. The nurse that was doing the blood draw at the clinic here in Bismarck said, Renita, you're wasting your money paying for all these people to get their blood drawn. I said, oh, no, I'm not. She's like, they're not going to have a result in 8 weeks. A1C is a 3-month compilation. Like, you got to give it more time. I'm like, well, we're going to see what's going to happen in 8 weeks. After 8 weeks, I got an email from the nurse, had completed the study, and she said, every single participant's A1C decreased. I cannot believe my eyes. I need this plate. My husband needs this plate. She said, I can't believe it. So not only did we have a decrease in A1C, like I said, the drug metformin, they're happy if you're down 0.5 to 1.5%. The average that we were down, that using the plate in 8 weeks, was 8%. The most, we had a top 10. Some people dropped their A1C. Remember, 8 weeks, not 12. Some people dropped their A1C 36%. Your doctor's going to be happy if you drop it 0.5. Like I said, it's like a turd. It's nothing. 36%. We had some drop at 34%, 32%, 29%. We know the plate works. So if you want more information, I've got a lot of free tools. I'm not here to sell you a bunch of plates. I do know the tool works because every time you eat on it, you're rewiring your brain. You can purchase it over at pfcplate.com, pfcplate.com. Okay. Now you need to eat right. That's my point, is you need to eat right. You need to move your body, right? You're thinking, are we talking about patches? Yes, we're going to be talking about patches. But here's the thing, here's a problem I'm seeing right now, is that people just put a patch on and they don't want to change anything else. And they might have some detox symptoms and they say, oh my God, I think I'm dying. I'm like, no, listen, if you don't keep patching and increase your electrolytes, you actually could pass away earlier, right? So we need to totally be, hey, but thank you, Angela. PFC bars, gosh, you guys have been wanting PFC from me. Thank you. PFCplate.com. Go there, guys. And I have a bunch of downloadable resources. Let me just show you. Let me just show you now, because you guys got me all hyped up. Here it is. Can you see it? Screen share. Here's PFC plate. Okay. There's me. I talk about the PFC tools. You can buy the plates there. There's the plates. And then you can also buy the PFC bars, which, by the way, we got a brand new bar coming. I'm so excited. If you want to poop better, the bar's awesome. But when you go to PFC tools, here's some free tools for you in the meantime. You can start with downloading your body measurements. If you want to know where you're going to go, you got to decide where you are right now, right? And so take your measurements because measurements don't lie. So this is a free look at. I can hit download. Look at this, guys. And you could print this out and measure, take a soft tape measure and measure your body, different parts of your body. I tell you how to do it right there. Okay, that's PFC tools. Come down here. The plate actually has lists of the foods that you should be eating. Okay. And so you can come on here and let's say you say, Renita, okay, I like the plate, but can I get also a list? Yeah, here's a free list. Download this tonight, print it off, put it on the front of your refrigerator. Okay. It'll help you to lose weight and feel great. So all that's available. That's free to you. Enough about the plate. I love you guys. Those of you that have had some great success on the plate, keep eating PFC. We know it works. It's balanced. The problem with eating a certain way where you just eliminate complete food groups is if you are a person who has high stress or stressed out adrenals, like let's say that you have adrenal stress, adrenal fatigue it's called. Wow. If you go and you start trying to do like 24-hour fasts and things like that, your adrenals are going to get worse because your body, your adrenal system likes balanced blood sugar. And so for me, I love the balanced blood sugar approach. You pick a protein, you pick a fat, you pick a carb. If you say, Renita, I've got a lot of weight to lose. If you got over 50 pounds to lose, pick a protein, pick a fat, and pick a vegetable. Colorful carb, I call them cruciferous. The cruciferous vegetables, pick one of those, like a cabbage or broccoli, something like that. That should be your carbs then, right? A protein fat color is great for somebody that says, hey, I want to start feeding my kids better. Okay, that's a great way to do it. Janny, we make our bars with all organic grains, fermented grains. So that's not just like any bar. It's a prebiotic. It has 4 prebiotic in it. Okay, I couldn't find a healthy bar in the marketplace because they all had too damn much sugar, which is why we created the PFC bar. Okay, so you're going to poop like a goose if you eat them. I warn you, if you eat 2 a day, you're going to really be pooping. So start with 1 because that prebiotic fiber actually feeds the gut microbiome. It feeds the probiotic in your gut. And if you're not used to prebiotics, then your body will say, oh my gosh, I've got gas. Well, the reason you've got gas is your prebiotic is feeding your probiotic. And when it lets loose, holy cow, you're going to be taking poops. Okay. So it's great for people when they travel, because some people, when they travel just with nerves and stomach health, they get constipated and stuff like that. So they're a great travel handy bar. We take them skiing. We take them to the beach. We take them everywhere we go because we know they're balanced blood sugar approach, high in dietary fiber, and super healthy for us. And they're really great to eat around a full moon because they do have pumpkin seeds and the chia seeds. And then also, I don't know if you guys know this, but zinc, which is, pepitas or pumpkin seeds are high in zinc. Your body can perform better at the removal of toxins, especially parasites, if you're consuming pepitas like during a full moon and things like that. So we call them the full moon bar. You want to get rid of some parasites, eat some PFC bars. Okay, onward and upward. The next thing I want to show you, because you're going to be blown out of the water with this. Let me pull it up on my thing here. And we are getting to the patches. You're saying, Renita, which patches should I wear? Well, we should start with X39 because I've had a lot of people that have lost the weight alone with X39. I've had people that have done more with X39 than they did in 2 years of exercise and nutrition changes. Okay, here we go. Here's the next thing I want to show you. Now, you're not going to believe this. So we had some gene testing done, right? And when we had gene testing done, so do you guys know, this is all going to be Greek to you. The first time I looked at this is Greek, okay? They don't even offer this gene testing anymore. So if you say, hey, I want that gene testing, you can't even get it done. It was hundreds of dollars. And then I paid $10,000 to have someone interpret it for me. Now, what I want to show you on this gene testing thing, when some of you say, do I have to take a multivitamin? Okay, I want everybody just to say yes in the comments if you're currently taking a multivitamin. Say yes, okay? The answer is you absolutely need to be taking a multivitamin and mineral supplement. And so do your children, and so do your grandchildren, and so does your grandma and grandpa, and so does your great grandma and grandpa. If anybody thinks at this point that they don't need a multivitamin and mineral supplement, they have not been in full realization what our food supply looks like. Our food supply has almost zero nutrition in it anymore because we don't have any topsoil left in our country. And so we don't have the minerals. The minerals, like we used to, remember electrically charged minerals? The reason everybody's got heart problems is because no one has enough minerals. Minerals are like the spark of life. They're the spark to get your heart beating correctly, right? Anyway, so check this out. What I want to show you is don't be overwhelmed by everything I'm showing you. I want you to look at one thing. On each one, so here's what I'm going to tell you. All of us, Christine, Crystal, Dale, Marilena, all of us have the same genes. We have just different combinations of the genes, but we all have about the same 20,000 genes, okay? Here's what I found out about genes. You don't need to go get a $10,000 gene test done. What you need to do is on each one of these genes, because you had your gene test done, it would look kind of similar. There's these little things where they're green. You guys see it says zinc, B12, B2. See that? You guys see that where I'm saying that? Which is riboflavin. B2, there's riboflavin again. B2, that's vitamin B2. Here's more B2 down here. Here's copper. Hello, GHKCU, which is a copper peptide, right? Here's magnesium. Magnesium is one of the electrolytes I tell you guys to take all the time. Listen, if you're not getting enough magnesium, guess what? Your genes are not functioning properly. So your doctor does not know what I'm showing you right now. Doctors are not trained in genes. That's why I had to pay 10. I called every doctor I knew in Bismarck. And you know, there was only one doctor. Her name was Rhonda Jola. She could talk genes with me. The rest of them could not talk genes. They said, I'm not trained in genes, Renita. And so I went back down and I started looking at this. And what I realized about our genes with our family is when you supplement with these nutrients, look at this one. This one says selenium. You guys know what selenium is? It's a mineral. It's a mineral. Again, the minerals. What happens is when you supplement with these, they're called cofactor nutrients. Say it out loud. Cofactor nutrients. And cofactor nutrients, whether your genes are fast or slow, they're not good or bad. Your genes just are. It's how you were born, right? It's not like, oh, I got bad genes. Don't talk like that. That's cursing your body. Quit saying that. Your genes are neither bad nor good. Your genes just are. But what you can do is you can take these cofactor nutrients, and guess what the cofactor nutrients do? They balance your genome so that your genes start working correctly instead of working like a broken record, okay? So like, see down here where it says gene enzyme, it says cofactor. Look at my cursor, guys. Down here, do you see it down here where it says cofactor? That means all of us should be taking those cofactor nutrients. Now listen, this is just one of the methylation cycles of our bodies, right? Here's glutathione. Remember you guys just learned about glutathione, the master antioxidant. If you do not have glutathione in your body, you will be dead sooner. Period. Glutathione fights back cancer. It fights back every disease in the book. It's the master antioxidant. Why don't we know this stuff, right? Our kids should be wearing glutathione patches right now. Every day they go to school and there's other kids that are around them that are sick, right? So you come on down here. That's one of them. Look at the next one. You want more genes? Look at these cofactor nutrients. B5, the entire B spectrum of vitamins will get your body functioning better. Your genes will literally self-regulate. You'll drop weight just by taking a B supplement, a B complex, right? And so look at this. Over here, copper, Cu, water helps this DAO gene. Zinc, B3. B3 is niacin. You guys have seen me doing the niacin flushes where I take niacin and my whole face gets red. I take high dose B3 because it cleans the arteries. According to Mayo Clinic, it lowers cholesterol. It helps combat every eye disease in the book. Like, it's unbelievable. Why is it a doctor? They don't know this stuff. They're not trained in this stuff. They're trained in this. They're trained in these drugs. They're trained in this. They're not trained to tell you to take a vitamin to upregulate your genes. Get those suckers moving. Look at this, B5, B2, zinc, B3. I'm just showing you cofactor nutrients here, guys. I could go down, don't wait. There's more. And the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the patches. If you guys can mute yourself unless you have a serious question. I hear people talking. Look at this one. Here's the dopamine. You think this is concerning for me? My mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's. What does that mean? That means the substantia nigra doesn't produce dopamine. Do you think I should learn about dopamine with my own brain? Look at this. Look at all these things. Look at all these cofactor nutrients. Sam, there's magnesium again. B2, here's B1. B1, thiamine hydrochloride. My mom takes 2,000 milligrams of that a day. Okay, I educated her doctor about that needed to happen. B1, B3, there's more B1, B3. Here's copper down here, PQQ, we take that every day. Vitamin C, sodium. Oh, you actually need salt to get these genes to work right? Here's vitamin B6 up here. I'm just showing, you don't have to understand it. You'll say, Renita, I don't even know what I'm looking at. I'm showing you, look at the green, because all I want to tell you is every one of you on this need the green, because your genes would look in different sequence in this, but the green stuff is the same for all of us. Donna, Crystal, Christine, Dale, all of us need the same green because they're the cofactor nutrients that are going to get our genes to work properly. You guys got it? Okay, there's Sammy. Maybe you guys have heard Sammy. It's really great to help. You guys, we always hear this thing about adrenochrome. Have you guys heard that? Those of you that are in that realm with all of this, look at that. Epinephrine, actually, an outcome of that is adrenochrome. It's a whole other thing. It's built into our genes, you guys. Here's zinc, right? B1, B3. You see a lot of B's on here, don't you? You see a lot of magnesium, a lot of SAMe. Come down here. Again, I could show you more and more of these. I have lists and lists. This is 134 pages long. We're not going through it tonight because I'm already over my 20 minutes and I want to get to the patches. The point is you all need to, do you guys get it? You need to be supplementing with a B complex. I don't care who you are. I don't care how great you eat. I eat like a freaking champ. I eat better than any human being I know, and I supplement every single day. Why? Because I know about genes and I know that my food supply is limited. Even if I'm eating really perfect, I know that I need the B complex. If you are not taking a B complex, and some of you actually need a methylated B complex. If you're not taking a methylated B complex, for a lot of you, guess what? Your body can't detoxify. I just said it. That crap is staying in your body and you are just a ticking time bomb. So when someone sends me a thing that says, I'm detoxing, I'm like, better that than dying. Okay. Better out than in. You've just never been trained that that's a good thing. So come on over here. Look at all these green over here. Here's B6, more Bs. Here's sodium again. Those freaks told you not to eat salt. Are they nuts? You need salt for your body to detoxify. They lied. These suckers lied. Buggers. Okay. B2, B2, B3, B's. Look at all the B's, guys, right? There's more SAM. And again, I could go on. My point is I could go show you more and more and more of these. This is just a snippet. This is only 134 pages. I mean, if I really went into it, it'd be thousands. The point is when I go to every one of these things, the common denominator is the cofactor nutrients for you, for me. You need sodium. You need magnesium. You need potassium. And you need all of those B vitamins. And you need a mineral supplement. And if your doctor tells you that you don't need that, your doctor doesn't know about genes. He doesn't know that your body needs those nutrients to properly detoxify, right? Look up here. We're looking at things up here. We're talking about vitamin D up here. Look at this. My goodness gracious. Look at all these green. B6, B6. So when I looked at this the very first time, I said to my husband, holy cow, everybody, look at this one. Iron and sunlight. So this one on who, I don't know whose test this is, and one of my family members is slow. That's why it comes down here. It's slow. And look what it says is going to make that gene work better. B6 and sunlight. Sunlight makes that gene work better. They told us. They're trying to get like, what is going on? Once you understand this, look at K, potassium, right, guys? ATP, like these, again, I'm looking for the green, zinc, methylated THF, like all of these things are just different cofactor nutrients. I can sum it up by saying, take a B complex, take a multi-mineral supplement, drink electrolytes like they're going out of style. Okay, now I'm going to talk about patches. Patches and sprays. I learned something when I was in Florida that I never knew before. And I talked to a Chinese medicine doctor and I love her. She was awesome. Her and her husband. She said, when anybody's hormones are out of balance, we don't just patch them. She said, we have them use the Shine and Dream spray for 14 consecutive days. 14 days of wearing the Shine and Dream. This is what's going to help to regain hormonal balance. Now, I did an entire hot tip on this, so I'm not spending any more time with it tonight, but how easy it is you spray it on your wrist. I'm going to do Dream right now. Hopefully I don't fall asleep. Rub it. You breathe it in 8 times. Say 8. 8. That's 3. You breathe it in 8 times before you go to bed. Dreams at night before you go to bed. Shines first thing upon waking. Now this is going to help balance your hormones. Women, I've been patching. I'm just going to be candid with you. I eat perfect. It's like a lot. I do a lot of things right. And when I would get my period, I'd still get cramps. So some of you saw that I put Eon patches along my lower waistline. I put LifeWave to reduce the pain in my lower belly, right? That was along my lower belly. And I've done that for a long time. But you know that after I heard them in Florida say, you've got to do this for 14, you should keep doing it after 14 days, but at least 14 days, and then start patching, because in Chinese medicine, your hormones control it all. So if you try to fix something else before the hormones, you're not going to have a quick as effect. You should fix the hormones first and then put the patch on. So in over there in Germany, the doctors in Germany will put their patients on the sprays for 14 days and then start them patching. Isn't that incredible? Now, if you're already patching, don't say, Renita, what do? I say, start spraying like I did. I came home, started spraying, got my period, never felt one single cramp. Like Scott couldn't even believe it. My husband, Scott, because usually he when I'm, getting ready for bed, he's like, geez, you got some patches on your lower belly? And it's got like a line of them. I look like a Dalmatian on my lower stomach when I got my period. And I said, Scott, I don't have one patch on my belly. He said, what's going on? I said, I don't have a cramp. I don't have one single cramp. And so I'm going to attribute it to this, because this is the major thing that I did different after I got back. And this is so awesome for your hormones, women and men. It'll balance your hormones. Men, if you need more testosterone, David Schmidt's testosterone went from 300 to 600 in, I think, 48-hour period. Now, listen, the reason some people are getting fat and sick and have cancers is they have too much estrogen in their bodies. Okay, it's called estrogen dominant. They say 89% of all breast cancers are estrogen dominant. Men are getting breast cancer now. Why? Men have too much estrogen. Okay. Yes, Stephanie, women need testosterone too. I'm going to tell you what, my sex drive went through the roof like this, and I got a great sex drive already, but it went through the roof. But my husband's sex drive went through the roof, right? So if you're dealing with somebody that has a lower sex drive than you're going to want to shine him and dream him, right? Like, get him going on this stuff. So it's really remarkable for balancing of both female and male hormones. Just that itself, when you balance your hormones, you will begin to lose weight. People are not fat because they just overeat all the time. People are fat because a lot of times they have imbalanced hormones, right? Cortisol, insulin, these are hormones, right? Vitamin D is even considered a hormone. We call it vitamin D, but it acts more like a hormone, right? That's why when you get in the sun, you eat less, and people generally start losing weight when they get more sun, right? If you have PCOS and facial hair as a woman, I have more facial hair and body hair than any female I know. In fact, one time I went and got tested because I thought, I've got to have way too much testosterone. I'm so freaking driven and I'm so hairy that I've just got it. I bet like I've got too much testosterone. I went and got tested. My testosterone was normal. It's like, dang, I thought that hair was coming for a reason. But anyway, bottom line is I have, I'm not any more hairy than I ever was. So it's not like increasing my hair growth on my face or anywhere like that. PCOS, a lot of times, I would definitely suggest go completely with my plate, protein, fat, cruciferous. If you have PCOS, I'd get rid of all wheat and pasta and breads and things like that, and go protein, fat, vegetable every time you eat. That's going to help you. But yeah, start with this of the balancing of the hormones. And then we've seen great things with PCOS actually, and with just balancing of hormones in general with X39. I'll never forget Connie on my team called me up and said, Renita, I've been on the patch 3 weeks. I think she said I'm down 17 pounds. So some people just naturally lose weight when they get on X39. And the reason that happens, there's a reason it happens. Why? Well, the GHK-Cu peptide helps to turn on that detoxification mechanism. So if you've been sitting with a stagnant detoxification system, you're like upregulating your detox. The body says, oh, I'm supposed to get rid of this shit, right? And so then you start detoxing that more efficiently. Maybe you start sweating a little bit more, right? Maybe you start pooping a little bit more. Another reason X39 might do that is it actually helps to reduce overall inflammation. So maybe you're just not fat. Maybe you're swollen. Maybe you're full of inflammation in your body. Here's what I got to tell you. You got to stabilize your electrolytes, because as soon as you stabilize your electrolytes, you'll probably flush pounds, right? Becky Ruff's lost 42 pounds, she's saying on here. Thank you for sharing, Becky. Yes. So X39 is what I would start with. I'd start with the Dream and Shine, and then I'd move to X39. If you're working out, I would add the energy enhancer because you burn 30% more calories and it literally uses fat oxidation for fuel. The next thing I would tell you is if you're a person who has an autoimmune or a chronic inflammatory condition, let's say you've had it for 10, 15, 20, 50 years, sometimes inflammation just keeps us fat and stuck, right? You need the Eon patch. So the Eon patch is amazing. And a great place to put the Eon patch is actually right down. In fact, I'll just put it on right now to show you. Let me open it up to show you on your right toe. There's a place called liver 2. Liver 2 is the start like of your liver meridian that runs up your body. A lot of people are sluggish and toxic because their livers are overloaded. So we're going to take the Eon patch and I'm going to put it on liver 2. See where I'm putting it? So right between my first and second toe, right there. Okay, like on top, like about like right up above it. And that's liver 2 in Chinese medicine. And you're going to have great results when your body starts to want to be able to pull back into that parasympathetic state. Okay, so let me say this again. When you're in a fight or flight state, let me say it clearly. When you're in a fight or flight state, your body cannot heal. Let me say it again. When you're in a fight or flight state, your body cannot heal. It'd be like if you're being chased by a mountain lion, hoping your knee's going to get better while you're being chased by the mountain lion. What? You know, God, I really hope that, you know, this heals on my arm while I'm being chased by this mountain lion. Oh, I'm out running. When you're in a cortisol driven state, which is a high stress state, your body cannot heal. That's why the people of the world that are teaching just deep breathing, 8 breaths for bed and upon waking, just the deep breathing alone will pull your body into a parasympathetic state. It's a free way to do it. But the Eon patch, when you put it on, when people put it on the base of their neck, some people put it under their right ear, right here, right under your right ear, kind of at the right under your neck there, at the top of your neck. That is another great place. But when you put the Eon patch on there, it will pull the body back to that parasympathetic state within 15 to 30 minutes. So if you are a person who has a hard time slowing down, you've been in chronic inflammation, you've been in chronic pain, you've had chronic everything, let's say, you definitely need to wear the Eon patch. The Eon patch is a game changer. If I told you how it originated, you'd all be like running to order it tonight. It was crazy how it originated. I'm just going to tell you, if anybody that gets a hold of me that names diseases, I always tell them, well, I can't tell you it's going to do anything for your disease because I'm not a doctor. But what I can tell you is that if I knew somebody that had that, what you just told me, I'd put them on X39 and Eon. No matter, because if someone is in a disease state, any disease, it means that they've been stuck in that cortisol stressed out state for a long time. Okay, that's why the disease formed. And so we got to pull the body, we got to pull the brick off the gas pedal of the car, pull the brick off. Okay, now put it in park, right? Now shut the engine off and let's see what's going on. So what happens is that Eon literally helps to pull the body back to the parasympathetic state within 15 to 30 minutes of patching. Some of you need that because your stress is keeping you fat. Okay, your stress is keeping you stuck in that fight or flight state, which is ultimately revving up all those hormones, not just cortisol, insulin. We could talk about them all, but I'm not going to talk anymore about that. But that is my suggestions for weight loss tonight. So let me review them. Let me review them for those of you who are need a review. Get a pen out because I'm not going to put this in a list. Number 1, wear X39. Number 2, you need plenty of electrolytes. I drink them, I eat them, I'm constantly in them. I did put my Full Script account out on Facebook before I got on this tonight. It's called Full Script. By the way, I'm not making money on Full Script. I make like $2. Like I'm not doing that because I'm making so much money. It's kind of a pain in my ass, to be honest with you, but I'm just doing it because I like people to have a one-stop shop where they can go and they can pick out a methylated B complex, a multi-mineral supplement, right? Some of you, if you're belching after you eat or you're having chronic indigestion, you need something called ox bile or digestive enzymes or betaine hydrochloride, okay? Because you need your food to be able to digest, right? In order for your body to heal, okay? One other thing that I want to tell you that David suggested to me that I've been implementing with my family. David said He's a big believer in a product called Colostrum 4. Write it down. I don't get any money for telling you this. I'm just telling you what I'm using and what David told me about Colostrum 4, Colostrum 4. The reason they call it Colostrum 4 is, I guess, the colostrum from the first 4 hours after the birth is the most nutrient dense, which is why you're supposed to give the baby the first milk. You know what I mean? Anyway, but this colostrum 4, they literally use the colostrum within the first 4 hours. And so we have been taking, because we have some leaky gut issues over here. So we've been patching with X39 and Eon, having fabulous results, by the way, with that. But I thought we'll amp it up a little bit more. We started taking Colostrum 4. Colostrum 4 is not on my full script account. I do not have it in that cart. I have multivitamins and minerals. I've got B complex. I've got electrolytes. If you go click on that link, you'll see a lot of the stuff that I have, but I don't have Colostrum 4 because you have to go to their own individual website to buy it. Okay. So for some of you, it was worth you getting on for that tonight. So number 1, X39. Number 2, electrolytes, Celtic salt every day, all the time. Number 3, you all need to start eating balanced approach. For some of you, it's going to be protein, fat, carb. Read it, what's on there. If your kids are athletes, just have them pick a protein, pick a fat, pick a carb, measure it with a food scale. Teach your kids how to eat right. They have to do it the rest of their lives. Have you seen my kids' abs? We eat on purpose over here. Okay, we're always eating on purpose. If you've got weight to lose, you can do protein, fat, color. Eat a protein, eat a fat, and then pick a fruit or vegetable, because those are the best sources, like it says on the plate. If you've got more than, let's say, 50 pounds to lose, protein, fat, cruciferous. Do protein, do fat, and do a vegetable. You guys got it? Measure your food. It's all at the website. Go get the plates if you want to order them. The bars are phenomenal. The next thing I told you tonight is you need a multivitamin mineral supplement. You need it. It is going to help all of your genes. I don't give a rip what your doctor says about not taking a multivitamin. When doctors tell me people should take a multivitamin, I'm like, have they seen any gene cycles? All the gene cycles are the same for all of us. Every one of you on here is the same as me. We all need the same cofactor nutrients. All of us do. Not one or two of us. All of us need the cofactor nutrients. It's going to help our genes to work better, to detoxify better, all of that. You guys got it? So on full script, I have a B complex or a methylated B complex. And then I also have a multi-mineral, because you guys definitely need a multi-mineral because there's no minerals left in the soil. The next thing I talked about after that was, we'll move your body, exercise every day, because I'm pretty crazy about exercise too. You need to be moving, because movement is medicine. It's free medicine. And then shine and dream is the next thing we talked about. And breathing deeply. Take time to breathe every day. 8 breaths when you spray. If you have a weight issue, start spraying morning and night with these things. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. If you've got a hormonal issue, let's say that you have no sex drive. Let's say you have, a rough period. Whatever your problems are, you've got to try these things. They're incredible. They're incredible. I couldn't believe Scott's sex drive when he put these on. I was like, what is going on here? Okay. And then the final thing that I told you is the patches. And so you can use the combination of X39. I do love X49 because the combination of 39 and 49. 49 is for bone density, blood flow, heart health, and muscle recovery. For some of you that need that. But 49 and 39 together also help the body to burn more calories. Belly fat, I would definitely do X39 and 49 together. If you've got the belly fat, I actually put the 49 under your belly button and the X39 on your neck. And I would do shine and dream for the belly fat. Whoever said that. And then I would start eating. Clean up your eating. Clean up your eating. Like, don't be like everybody else. Like, be different, right? And then, of course, the Eon, for those of you that are caught in that constant cortisol-driven state, we've seen awesome things. Kathy, I could talk all night about each one of the patches. I love SP6 because we know it increased some of the organ functioning up to 98%. It improved the physiological output of our organs 98%. So if you want to throw in the SP6, you could put it on stomach 36. And if you guys say, hey, Renita, where's stomach 36? Do you guys know I'm just like you? Like, this is how I get my information. Sometimes I'm like, did anybody ever teach you how to research? Like, sometimes I have, in the case of me, I had to pay $10,000 for this big gene business. But I'm going to tell you what, full script I put over my social media page. Full script is kind of like it's like a lot of doctors use it to show you, like, these are the supplements you should take. So it's just a one-stop shop where So I put my full script link out at my Facebook page tonight. But like, let's say that you say acupressure, hang on a second, acupressure, my boys were using my computer, acupressure point for stomach 36, because that's where they put the patch. They put the SP6 patch on stomach 36 acupressure point. So there's a patch called SP6, and you put it on ST36, which stands for stomach 36. And they had up to a 98% improvement in physiological functioning of organs. So when I click on that, it's going to come up for acupressure points for stomach 36, because I'm like, I don't know, where's this at? Okay, I'm going to show you some images where this sucker is. I've never seen this before. Boom. That's how I find things. Sometimes I say, what acupressure point is good for periods? What acupressure point is good for constipation? What acupressure point is good for sinuses? I just Google it. Okay? And then put the patch on that point. And it could be just like the X39 patch. Maybe you're just putting the X39 patch there, right? Start with that. It's a great place. But this is how I find out like where things are at. You can just type acupressure point for migraines. So you're a person who gets migraine pain. Okay. Look at acupressure. Give me some, acupressure point for migraines. It gives me some doohickeys. And then I come down here and here it is. Here we go. Here's some acupressure points for your migraines. You can click on this bad boy. Okay. Shows you, hey, look at, oh, wow, I can put some patches here or here or here. Check it out. So it's not that I'm a rocket scientist. I just like go looking for stuff, right? I research stuff. So that was way longer than I wanted it to be. Wow, I can't believe you guys, most of you stuck with me. Do you guys have any questions? Honestly, I could talk all night about each one of the patches. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I've been a health coach, a nutrition coach. I'm certified in over 25 different modalities of exercise. I will tell you, I have not seen anything work faster for all ages than the patch. I mean, nothing. Like when I've got people that I've tried to lose weight, help them to lose weight, and with eating right, and they're eating right, and their weight's not budging, they put the patch on and suddenly they're like, yeah, I'm down 12 pounds. I'm like, what? There is something about bringing light into your body to restore the healing mechanisms, guys. There is something about God using light, something natural for us to restore our metabolisms. Okay, so this is a huge thing. I hope you learned something tonight. I mean, anything, one thing is better than nothing. So may the Lord bless you, keep you, and shine his face upon you all the days of your life and be gracious to you. I love you all, and I'm so proud that you are on this journey with us. We so appreciate you, Scott and I. Remember, we've got a great meeting tomorrow with This Is It team at 11 o'clock a.m. And then remember that we have that doctors meeting if you're on our team and you have doctors that you want to get on to listen to David Schmidt. That's going to be next Tuesday night. And I should tell you, I'm going to be on, you guys know the, what's her name? Diamond and Silk. Those beautiful ladies, Diamond and Silk Conservative Patriots. I'm going to be on with Silk, not next week Tuesday, but the following Tuesday on her show at 10 p.m. at night. So that's going to be a lot of fun because Diamond and Silk is using the patches. So lots of great stuff, you guys. Get patching, get well, get taking a good multivitamin and mineral so that your body can properly detox. And when people are crying about them having side effects from the patch, I say, thank God you're getting that crap out of your body, because if it left in, it will form dis-ease, especially the cancers of the body. We've got to get those chemicals and those crap out. And if it's a little, if they think that's bad, I mean, come on, what's it doing inside? If it's coming out feeling like that, what do you think it's doing inside? It's like that song, Man Eater. It's a man eater. It's literally eating us on the insides. We got to get it out. Okay, so be patient with them, but bless them and drink the electrolytes because that'll help them move through it faster. All right, Sam had 11 guests on. Oh yeah, we're getting these two things. Oh my God. Find out. We're giving away the two backpacks. I have them sitting right here, full of goodies. I'm just saying there might be some PFC bars in there. There might be a couple patches. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. So who is the people that won these? So someone just said she had 11 guests on. How many do the rest of you have? Let me look at the chat. 3 people. 3 is amazing. Bless all of you. 13. Robin had 13 on. Robin, I think you're going to win the backpack full of prizes. I love prizes. I like free stuff. 11. So Sam, inbox me because right now you're saying you've had 11, and Robin, you're saying you had 13. Thank you. Inbox me your address because right now it looks like you girls are the winners unless someone says to me, Renita, I had 20. Okay, but no one said it yet. I think you guys might be the winners because you're telling me how many you had, so you know who was on. Good work, by the way. Good work. All right. Teamwork makes the dream work. Have a great night. God bless all of you. I will see you again soon. I hope you learned something. Take care.